Hello everyone, my name is Holly and I work in genealogy and local history at the Columbus Public Library. This video is part of a series of book reviews about genealogy resources the library has in its digital collection. Today I'll be talking about an ebook that is available through our Hoopla app, available at www.cvlga.org. Go to the tab that says Download It, click Hoopla Music, and then the Hoopla link. Then sign in with your email and password. I chose this ebook because of the title, Hey America, Your Roots Are Showing, because I like to read material from authors that are new to me. From the book's title, I expected the content to be humorous, and I was not disappointed to also encounter stories of pathos as well as an unsolved mystery. Each chapter presents a different story in the author's lifelong work to connect and reunite people. It's about her challenges, topics that aroused her curiosity, and what-if thought experiments. The book addresses issues like adoption. She favors open exchange of information. Misspelled ancestor names. Once she was trying to find the Jewish cemetery for a headstone found on a Manhattan sidewalk. And unusual relationships. She found that Al Sharpton's slave ancestors were owned by a cousin of the late Senator Strom Thurmond. Ms. Smolenyak describes herself as an army brat. Her father served in Vietnam, and she became interested in genealogy in the 6th grade. She was influenced by the military's motto of "No man left behind," and, using genealogy, began to help locate the next of kin for soldiers whose remains were left overseas after World War I, Korea, and Vietnam. Another career as an international marketing specialist helped her establish contacts around the world with people who would, in later years, assist with her more complex genealogy cases. She's appeared on a number of television series, including Who Do You Think You Are?, Faces of America, African American Lives, Ancestors, the British TV series Time Watch, all 4 network morning news shows, CNN, and BBC Breakfast. I really did enjoy this book and think even readers who are not especially interested in genealogy would enjoy Ms. Smoleniak's narratives. The only drawback is that I'm reading in the year 2020, and the information about DNA has advanced in the last years since the book's publication. While she does explain her use of Y-DNA, that is passed from father to son, and MT, or mitochondrial DNA, passed down from mothers to all offspring, autosomal DNA was relatively new. So any disappointment I might have is due to the fact that I've been spoiled by later DNA developments, especially watching the new television show Genetic Detective. It stars C.C. Moore, a genetic genealogist who helps law enforcement solve cold cases by building family trees, doing descendant research, and using the website GEDmatch. Here are 4 examples of the challenges she faced that I found to be absorbing. The first case, could she find anyone still alive in 21st century United States that met a relative born in the 18th century? She did locate Hiram Cook, who was born in 1800, still technically a part of the 18th century, who was also the last survivor of the War of 1812 and has footage of his 1905 funeral in the Library of Congress. He had a great-great-granddaughter who lived until 2003. Unfortunately, the challenge to Ms. Smolenyak came after the great-great-granddaughter had died. Second case, how did the same Bible come to be owned by both a Confederate and a Union soldier? It involves a ship on the Mississippi River that was returning prisoners of war in late April 1865. It was named the Sultana. When it foundered, there was more loss of life than on the Titanic. The third case involves the story tracing Michelle Obama's ancestors. It turns out that she is the first descendant of slaves to live in the White House. Another of Mrs. Obama's relatives is one of history's unsung heroes. 10 years before Rosa Parks, Mrs. Obama's relative named Margie Jumper was arrested for refusing to give up her seat to a white man on a bus. The fourth case, what if George Washington had been king? George did not have any children, so a successor would have had to come from his older half-brother Augustine, they did have the same father, or his younger full-blooded brother Samuel. Following two different laws of inheritance, both the agnatic and the cognatic, the author concludes that a man named Paul Emery would be king if only males could inherit the throne, since he is descended from both George's older and younger brothers. If females could have inherited the throne, we would have either a King Frank II or Queen Brenda. The book is highly readable and fast-paced, as evidenced by how the author built a family history for NBC Today Show host Hoda Kotb with 1 week's notice. Here's an excerpt from the chapter called Egyptian Roots in a Hurry. Social networking is one of the newer tools we now have at our disposal. I emailed a friend in Jerusalem who called a cousin in Cairo who forwarded some Googled links to me in New Jersey, which I then shared with an American cousin in Poland who passed them on to a professor in Cairo who shot the translation to me back in New Jersey, where I Facebooked my way to Hoda's cousin in Egypt, who digitized some wonderful family photos, all in the space of 1 week, so that I could have something semi-intelligent to say about Hoda's remarkable heritage on the Today Show. Phew! Some key takeaways for genealogists and family historians. Watch for alternate spellings of ancestor names. Remember that many were spelled phonetically. Your ancestor names were not changed at Ellis Island, but rather would have been shortened or Americanized after arrival. A name change might be a translation from your ancestor's original language to English. An example, the Americanized surname Fox may have come from the word Liška, which is Czech for the word fox. Boundaries can change in unexpected places. New counties have been formed by reapportioning land from an existing county, and even cemetery boundaries have been redrawn and renamed due to religion. And as you research, explain in writing what you found, the thought process you used to uncover documents and images, and your logic in why you reached your conclusion. It will lend credibility to your work and benefit future family historians. Finally, I definitely recommend this book and would give it a 4.5 star rating out of 5 on the Goodreads rating scale. Here are the author's other titles, which I encourage you to look into. In Search of Our Ancestors, Who Do You Think You Are? Honoring Our Ancestors, and Trace Your Roots with DNA. I hope you enjoyed this book as much as I did. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.
We are springing into summer learning at the Chattahoochee Valley Libraries, and the program you just attended is one of the ways you can earn completions. Just go to cvlga.org and look for Spring into Summer Learning. You can register yourself and your family online, and then start reading and attending our online events. That's all you have to do. We're giving away weekly gift certificates, and every completion you make enters you into a grand prize drawing for tablets, games, gifts, and more. Remember, you have to register to win. cvlga.org, and we'll see you online again real soon.